So we want to find the average rate of change of a function over an interval. And let's use this function that we have here before us, which we recognize hopefully as y equals x squared. And we have an interval. Usually there's an interval given to us, and this is an x interval. So we're going to be interested in what's the average rate of change over the interval from x is minus 1 up to 2. Alright, so here, if we come down here, we can, so from minus 1 to 2. What's the average rate of change of the function? Now notice, the idea here is the function is obviously changing. If we take minus 1 as our starting point, then the function, initially starts right there. There it is. But notice it drops down. Kind of pencil this in. So it's changing. It's changing position. It's changing y values as the x's change. And notice it changes kind of fast at first, and then the y values kind of bottom out, and then they start increasing, right? So as x moves from minus 1 to 2, the y's are changing, and we want to find the average. Okay, so we've got our interval from minus 1 to 2. So it's helpful to say, okay, minus 1, when x is minus 1, that puts us at that point on the graph. When x is 2, that puts us way up here on the graph. Okay, so how is the graph changing as we move from minus 1 to 2? Well, basically, it's a very simple problem of taking those 2 points and drawing the line that goes through those. We call that the secant line, and what we're looking for is simply the slope. The good old-fashioned algebra slope of that line. So whenever you're asked to find the average rate of change of a function over an interval, find the slope of the line that runs through the starting point and the ending point. And so you probably remember your formulas from algebra. The slope formula is y1 or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Right? So in our case, we would simply write it as this. Our coordinates, of course, let's write those in here. So this first coordinate is negative 1, comma 1, and our ending coordinate is 2, comma 4. So the average rate of change is simply the slope of that line, difference in y coordinates, so 4 minus 1 over difference in x coordinates, so 2 minus a negative 1. So we can get all that written in there. Carefully, we turn this into a 3 over a 3, or a 1. And that's our average rate of change. And in algebra, we'll often write that as delta y over delta x. Simply the slope of that line.